As an Indonesian, I feel very fortunate. And how couldn't I? Throughout our journey in the land of spices, we've encountered such natural beauty and equally beautiful people with inspirational stories. Don't forget the culture or the history. This country can make anyone fall in love.
The diversity that so compels and attracts is largely contributed by this country's geographic layout. Indonesia is the world's largest island country, and some of its islands are among the largest in the world. This state is what has driven us towards distinct cultures and traditions, despite living and being under the same flag. Geographically, Indonesia is also situated along the Ring of Fire. In other words, at the meeting place of two plate tectonics. And there are at least 150 active volcanoes found within the country, a condition that has also shaped the climate and soil to be very supportive of flora and fauna.
Trade is the oldest profession, and Nusantara has been the focal point of trade since the beginning of civilization. Spices have also been a sought-after commodity, and that's what we will be doing here today, tracing those spice routes.
From time to time, Nusantara spices was a prima donna in the eyes of the world. Generally used to add tastiness to our dishes, its many different components also contains countless of benefits for the body, which is why it is also often utilized in health and medicine, but also as an aromatic. All these uses are constant reminders for us to never write spices off.
In this journey, we'll discuss the history and activity of the spice trade from the past until now. To begin, let's start from here, shall we?
History notes that spices aren't just a commodity, but something much more that brings about value and ways of life to civilizations. For example, traders once risked their lives crossing oceans. Chefs had to be conservative due to the rarity, and to formulate treatments, it was sought after by medical professionals. Such is the importance to us humans.
The importance of spices has naturally garnered it a great deal of historicity, similar to what we have here in the Cihabit market, the oldest market in Bandung that has stowed away a million different stories.
Pasar Cihabit has been here since the Dutch occupation, and as with similar traditional markets, many of the people's needs can be found here. And here, stories also seem to be shared, be that across the table of visitors enjoying the culinary offerings, or by the older Bandung residents that come to reminisce.
Ask anyone you know that has been to our chain of islands. They will tell you of Indonesia's ramah tamah culture. Ramah tamah is the act of being courteous. Now, who isn't drawn to someone who is kind-hearted? That's the secret of how Indonesians build relations, and maybe why our spices have always been such a draw.
Indonesia is already known as a country abundant in spices. Until this day, Indonesian spices continue to draw the attention of foreign traders. Pepper, clove, nutmeg, and cinnamon are just some of what is exported. And in the year 2020, Indonesia's export of spices experienced growth, as much as 24.27%.
In the past, around the 16th century, the spice trade were the wheels of global economy, similar to the likes of crude oil today. And explorers, Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and more were so incentivized by the wealth our spice islands had to offer. In the process of charting maps and routes, more knowledge of the Earth, its oceans, and continents came to be.
The history of international trade began thousands of years before the Common Era. Evidence of this are Sumerian artifacts found in Egypt or that from Babylonia discovered on the coasts of the Mediterranean. After the fall of the Roman Empire, European trade slowly developed, especially during the 12th and 13th centuries, where to ensure the safety of trade across long distances, associations were formed. The vast distance of trade in the day was through the Baltics, along the east and center of the Mediterranean region, into Northern Europe, whereas Eastern Mediterranean connected with Asia. Goods from the Baltics were raw materials like wood, fur, and animal hide. And from Asia came luxury items of spices, diamonds, and silk.
Since the first Dutch military offensive in 1947, Ibu Eha's Warung Nasi has been open, providing classical Sundanese dishes to students and even the family members of President Sukarno. Now, being in business for 75 years must surely say something about the food. So let's hear directly from Ibu Eha.
Tahun 47 orang tua. Si ibu menerusin tahun 60. Karena pensiun. Ini kan bukan pasar rumah. Lapang, tempat jemuran wasrei. Zaman Belanda mau wasrei itu Rondli sekarang. Di sananya tuh dulu zaman Belanda. Ibu masih kecil, ya udah gede, bukan kecil-kecil tuh. Di sana tuh yang suka nyuci mandian kuda tuh di sana tuh Belanda. Kenil, tahu kenil?
Apa itu?
Soldadu. Tentara Belanda tuh namanya kenil. Dulu mah banyak mahasiswa sih di sini teh. Guntur sama guru. Nah, waktu meninggal Pak Karno, kan ada istri yang kedua itu Ibu Hartini. Dia tinggalnya di situ di Angkrek 47. Suka makan ke sini nyuruh mahasiswa. Masakannya ya enak ya merenang. Bumbu nggak pakai bumbu yang zaman sekarang kan banyak bumbu anu-anu. Sekarang si ibu mah masak bumbunya bikin sendiri. Laos, bawang merah, bawang putih, ketumbar, jahe, serai itu ada, itu harus ada. Kalau si ibu itu deh perjuangan, berjuang membela negara dan bangsa dulu. Dari tahun berapa ya ke Jogja itu, tahun waktu proklamasi meja bundar di Linggarjati itu ke Jogja kan hijrah. Nah, itu jalan kaki ke Jogja, jalan kaki sampai 40 hari.
Ibu ikut?
Iya ikut, asupan berjuang namanya juga.
In this country, spices and culture are two things intertwined. For now, I'll continue to invite you to uncover the depth in the land of spices.
Nusantara is not free of its many cultural influences, one of which is traditional Chinese medicine, a heritage that is acknowledged worldwide. Considered today to be a form of alternative medicine, it has developed over the course of thousands of years, and in its practice ranges from acupuncture to herbals and even hands-on body treatments. The theory used behind the practice is based on a number of philosophical references, including yin and yang, the meridian system, wuxing or 5 phases, and the zhangfu organ system.
Without us noticing, the very spices taken from Indonesia's fertile lands is often incorporated in many of the treatments that we use. A well-known treatment is, of course, traditional Chinese medicine, practiced widely in Nusantara. Would you like to know how this cultural heritage of ours is employed? Let's find out in this segment.
Chinese traditional medicine began 5,000 years ago, and its efficacies have been well documented. The history behind the development of traditional Chinese medicine was for the purpose of curing the emperor and his family. When the emperor fell ill, the physicians would gather residents with similar symptoms and directly test many different formulations. The medicine that proved well was given to the emperor, where afterwards results were written down and compiled. Today, it is still practiced around the world, benefiting many people.
Talking about traditional medicine, jamu is a drink that is used to treat diseases and maintain good health. It is a practice that has been done over hundreds of years here in Indonesia. Now behind me is a legendary spice store that has been passed down in one family over the last 2 centuries. It has different jamu ingredients for sale and an assortment of herbal medicine. It is known as the most complete spice store here in Bandung, Baba Kuya.
Built around the year 1820 by a man named Tan Su Hao, Baba Kuya is a pioneer in the city of Bandung. And even before the new market was renovated, this place was already standing.
Among the different spices available in this store, there are some that can treat illnesses. What I like about Baba Kuya is that they offer welcome drinks to visitors, and that's something I can never pass up on. So let's give it a try. Find out about its qualities and what spices are used, let's hear directly from Auntie Meme.
Saya ikut suami sini dari tahun 86. Pertamanya waktu saya SD ya, kan ibu saya juga dari neneknya gitu penjual jamu juga. Jadi kalau ibu saya bikin meracik bahan jamu untuk melahirkan gitu ya, kita ikut. Kan ibu saya berkeliling meja itu, nah kita ngikutin sambil tanya itu apa, ini apa, untuk apa. Jadi waktu saya masuk sini ya udah nggak aneh, tahu gitu. Malah dulu waktu zaman mertua saya kan cuma sedikit. Kalau zaman saya ya mungkin masih muda ya waktu itu. Jadi segala dibikin, seperti bikin jamu itu kita lihat di buku-buku. Sebab kita kan jamunya herbal, murni, tidak pakai kimia. Yang menariknya ya semakin banyak orang yang meminati bahan jamu ini. Sebab mungkin ya banyak kebuktiannya ya. Untuk saat ini di Indonesia, tapi untuk ke asing juga ada banyak. Cuman sekarang lagi pandemi, nggak ada, mereka juga nggak ada kunjungan ke sini. kan ada dari Taiwan, biasanya dari Belanda rutin. Ya, dari mana lagi banyak sih orang asing. Yang paling sering tiap hari dari Malaysia. Tiap hari pasti ada.
In this store, we will be welcomed by spices of different names. And out of all the herbs and spices, I wonder which one is most sought after.
Kalau di Jawa Barat ada satu namanya bir peletok. Ya, jadi isinya ada kapulaga, kayu manis, cang, gula batu, dan jahe. Kalau untuk pengobatan tidak perlu pakai es. Sebetulnya jamu kita banyak ya macam-macamnya ya. Cuman yang paling utama yang banyak sekali itu jamu tumor, diabetes, lambung, dan sakit sendi. Itu yang paling ngetop. Jadi mereka kan misalnya seperti tadi saya sebutkan, mereka maunya yang instan. Kita kasih tahu gitu. Maksudnya begini-begini, dia mau. Jadi menyelamatkan seseorang.
Alternative medicine in this country is heavily influenced by Central Java. Follow me in the land of spices, and we will visit a location that continues to provide us with quality spices, even today. From the west of Java, we've now come to the center of the island, where in this region, the traditional medicine jamu is strongly trusted for its health virtues. And here, the people of Central Java continue to preserve the tradition of drinking jamu to maintain good health.
Saya dari kecil sudah sering minum jamu tradisional.
Menurut saya jamu itu memang wajib.
Terutama jamu cabai puyang itu kok.
Jamu beras kencur misalnya.
Menghilangkan sendi-sendi yang linu-linu.
Badan saya jauh lebih enak.
Di Jogja itu kalau badan terasa sakit nggak perlu ke dokter. Nggak perlu minum obat-obat kimia, yang penting yang minum herbal aja.
Pasar Beringharjo itu yang terbaik. Di sana memang gudangnya empon-empon.
There are many ingredients for jamu, and this time I am at the core of Yogyakarta's spices. Together, we'll see how it is sold in this city.
Saya itu di Pasar Beringharjo kawit gadis ya, tahun 68 sampai sekarang. Ya sekarang yang paling dicari orang itu asam urat, diabetes, kanker. Itu saya bikin sendiri. Kalau bahan itu diantar di rumah dari Surabaya, dari Wadas Lintang, dari mana aja. Ya ada 200 macam. Untuk herbal, saya ya cuma itu loh Mas, gaduk misalnya ada orang jualan ini ya saya tapung sedikit. Yuk lama-lama ada yang tadi tontonan, misalnya temulawak ya 1 ton, ini 1 ton, 2 kental, nah gitu itu di rumah gudangnya luas 1.500 kok saya bikin gudang. Karena pasar lain-lainnya itu kulaannya di sini, misalnya pasar Pranggan, Gampingan, pasar Sentul, itu kulaan di sini. Yuk luar pasar ya di sini. Corona itu kemarin tak 2 tahun toh Mas, itu agak sulit cari nganu. Ini sekarang sudah pulih, sudah permintaan itu sudah ada. Bali sudah minta 4 kali, dulu tiap minggu. Kalau tiap minggu itu saya kalau ngirim paling enggak 13 bagor, itu macamnya macam-macam. Paling enggak macam 30. Jadi saya itu nggak tahu apa-apa sebenarnya. Ini saya minta petunjuk dari Allah, salat bengi, malam itu tahajud sampai seperti ini nggak lepas dari duka, tahajud, fajar. Itu saya lakoni, saya itu nggak bisa apa-apa. Nggak bisa apa-apa, ini petunjuk dari Allah. Jadi saya temurunkan di anak-anak ini. Ini yang nomor 2, ini ragil. Saya turunkan, ini loh caranya jualan rempah jamu. Kalau untuk pengobatan ini. Misalnya tetangga minta, ya dikasih. Ini jangan menawarkan. Karena saya suka untuk nolong orang-orang, untuk pengobatan tradisional.
If you visit Bringharjo in Yogyakarta, you will find many spice stores spread across the market. I wonder what changes this historical place has had over the years.
Dari bangunannya sudah berbeda. Terus yang letak-letaknya, kios-kiosnya. Kalau zaman dulu kan masih di bawah gitu, Mas. Masih jualannya di pinggir-pinggir gitu. Belum kios-kios. Kalau sekarang sudah tertata rapi, kios sendiri, badik sendiri gitu. Cara penjualannya mungkin sekarang sudah beda. Gitu. Terus tapi kalau pusatnya bahan-bahan jamu dan rempah itu di Bringharjo. Ya semoga generasi muda itu melestarikan gitu ya, Mas. Soalnya jamu-jamu itu kan untuk pengobatan tidak ada efek sampingnya, dan itu turun-temurun dari leluhur kita harus dibudidayakan.
We've now seen how spices have entered the modern beauty industry. Different spices have different qualities. And in this market, you can find a beauty product made from spices using traditional techniques. Let's see how it's used.
Saya juga banyak memproduksi untuk macam-macam kecantikan tradisional. Misalnya lulur, masker herbal, upacara-upacara, ada pengantin, kelahiran bayi, acara-acara tertentu, itu biasanya pakai kecantikan tradisional. Kalau kecantikan itu, kalau di saya itu ada yang untuk rambut, kemudian untuk muka, kemudian untuk badan, kemudian untuk kaki, untuk mandi dan sebagainya. Kan kalau rempah-rempah kayak gini, ini kan asli dari alam. Jadi tidak ada bahan kimia, tidak ada bahan pengawet, kemudian juga tanpa bahan pewarna. Moga-moga semakin ke depan, ibu-ibu dan remaja putri, juga bapak-bapak, pria-pria itu juga memakai perawatan dan kecantikan tradisional untuk melestarikan budaya bangsa kita.
Spices are something that is still used and will continue to be used by people from all corners of the world. A timeless commodity. And we've seen only a slice of what Indonesia's fertile islands have to offer. We've learned a lot together in the land of spices, and I'd like to thank you for coming along in this journey. It has been a joy. See Indonesia, see the world, and see today.